Hello, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, because we are not having a live show this week, because I'm going over to the Dallas Fan Festival, I wanted to drop a little something. Luckily for everyone, this week I bought an ungodly amount of comic books. This is my haul for the week. So, what we're going to do for the next few minutes, however long this may take, I'm just gonna talk about some of the comic books that actually all of the comic books that I picked up this week. Uh, Really cool that the last comic book is actually polybagged. I haven't even seen the main cover because it's an adult theme cover. So I'll try to show you whatever I can here on YouTube. Obviously, it might be censored. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's go check out the comic books. I got a new little setup. Let's bring in the comic book cam. All right, so this is the comic book camera. This is a little comic book stand that I picked up from Wham Stand, along with a microphone that you may or may not have seen, or a microphone holder that you may or may not have seen in some of the shorts. So far I really like this as well. Just it's a really nice way to display comic books. So let's get it started. So the first comic book here is Uncanny X-Men #4. I'm gonna start with my Marvel books because somehow Marvel was it was the least amount of books that I picked up this week that were all Marvel. So, but yeah, here we have Uncanny X-Men #4. I've really been digging this. I think Gail Simone's telling a really fun story. So yeah, really cool. But I also picked up a variant for this comic book. This is the Gambit variant. I think it's pretty neat. I actually quite like this one. I saw this on my second shop and I figured I might as well get it. So yeah, that's Uncanny X-Men #4. Uh, this is a new book for this week, a new series debut. Mystique #1. This is written and drawn by Declan Shalvey. Hopefully you guys pick this up. We have a review for it on the channel. I really enjoyed this one. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure to go check it out. All our reviews are, for the most part, non-spoiler. If I ever do go into spoilers, like if I ever make a spoiler video, there'll be plenty of warning, especially in the thumbnail. So no spoilers here for Mystique #1, but it's very good. This is the Declan Shalvey cover, and I'll talk as much as I can about the books. I know a lot of information just right off the top of my head. And because this video is a little bit of a last minute thing, I didn't fully deep dive into everything. And also I haven't read everything for this week. So here we have Ultimate Spider-Man #10, the latest issue of this fantastic book, probably my favorite and the best ongoing over at Marvel. Jonathan Hickman doing the writing, Marco Cicchetto doing the cover. We do have a guest artist on this one. I'll talk more about all those details in our full review. Once again, no spoilers there. Another new series from Marvel, Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu #1. This picks up right after Vengeance of the Moon Knight, so make sure to go check this out if you're enjoying the story that Jed MacKay is bringing into this world. I did pick up a variant cover for this one as well. So here we have another Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu. Really cool. There was a foil cover that I really wanted to get, and we'll see some foil covers here. But unfortunately, it was $25 and it was a lot more than I wanted to pay for it. Maybe at the convention, I'll find a cheaper version of that. We'll see. Stay tuned. I'll probably do a follow up video with a haul from the convention as well. So yeah, but here is Fist of Khonshu. This is the last of my Marvel books. So let me go ahead and put all these aside. Here we started with some of the DC books. Action Comics. This is 1071. Very cool book. Mark Waid's doing a story here at the moment. And I really love that they're doing these like Superman, superstars, showdown in the series. This is for now a weekly story. I don't know how long the book will remain weekly itself, but the story itself for now, it is weekly. This is a really cool book from DC. Next up, we have one of my favorite books at DC as well, Wonder Woman. This is issue #14. After all, everything that happened in Absolute Power, we now move on finally past that and continue to follow Diana's story as it was going on. Really cool. Tom King, Daniel St. Pierre. I don't think there was a back. I didn't even check if there was a story in the back of this one. Other actually, all the DC books have some of the AEW original story origin stories, as you can see there. Will Ospreay's in the back of this one, so that's really cool. If you're a fan of AEW, let me switch the order of these just so I can show you the main cover first. As you may or may not know, Tom Taylor's run on Nightwing has ended with this issue, Nightwing 118. This is the last of the story of Fallen Grayson, Part 5. Him and Bruno Redondo just really delivered, and a few other artists along the way, but it was mainly Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo leading the charge here with an excellent, excellent book. I did pick up a variant for this one, which I really, really love by Bruno Redondo. This is kind of the way of saying goodbye. And I think the main thing that I got out of this series is that unlike Batman, Nightwing never goes at it alone, and that's really, really fun. I love this series. You also get the main cover in the back, right behind it. DC does that sometimes, while they just wrap an extra cover on top of the main one. Uh, World's Finest, number 32, another book by Mark Waid. If you saw my little video with recommendations, you know that this is one of them. Mark Waid is a fantastic writer. We have Adrian Gutierrez on art on this one. We have a full review for it on the channel. Make sure to go check it out. But one of my favorite ongoing series at the moment. Next up, we have Batman Full Moon. This is really, really cool for a few reasons. This is a black label book. This is a story of Batman versus werewolves. So, like, how can you say no to any of that? Also, this cover itself, it's glow in the dark. Maybe I'll do a little short video. I like just a YouTube short about that. Or if you follow me on TikTok, I have been leaving. I did leave this all day, like in front of a light, so that it would um like the black, the black light stuff would light up later on. So hopefully that worked. But of course, this book had a variant, well, many variants, but the one I picked up was this really cool foil variant. It's hard to see here. Let me see if I can capture some of the light. That's probably a little bit of a better angle. It's a really cool cover. You can see it really on the in my review. I have it at the end of the video. So yeah, there's a lot of foil coming. So hopefully it looks all right in the camera. We have here. This is Catwoman 69. This is another foil cover as part of the all-in celebration of covers. I don't even know which way to turn it. You can kind of see all my setup now due to the foil, but here we are. Yeah, these foil variants have been really cool. But I will tell you, you gotta, after this, I'm gonna put them in bag and board and wipe them down because they easily. So this is the latest issue of the Green Lantern as well. Another one of these pop-up like foil variants. Very cool stuff. I'm collecting as many of these as I can because of course you have the main cover underneath. But yeah, I'm collecting as many of these foils as I can, but I definitely got to wipe them down. Next, we have issue 16 of Titans with Cyborg there and the foil. Yeah, these are really cool. I have a lot of them. You may have seen if you joined one of our lives. I showed you some of the other ones that I have, like this Superman that's lying around here. This is not from this week, but I did pick up this one up earlier. So as soon as I'm done with this and I'm bagging and boarding, I'm actually gonna wipe these all down. No water or anything, of course. You don't want to damage the comic books. And then the last DC book, something pretty special, pretty cool, because they are doing this. They're reprinting the Crisis. This is a blank cover of Crisis, the 50th anniversary. But this is issue 7, which features that iconic cover uh, with Supergirl as she died during the Crisis. So I'm actually gonna take this one out to the convention. Maybe I can get a nice sketch, and it does come protected with this little foil. With this little paper, just because to kind of protect the main cover. So that's really cool. But that's all the DC books for this week. We have a lot of reviews for them in the channel. Make sure to go check those out. Moving on to the indie stuff. This is where I kind of have a pretty good haul, but it's all like, all kinds of publishers here. So let's start with Star Trek number 25. This is a book from IDW, Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing, and one of my favorite artists, Liana Kangas, doing some really cool work. This is a variant cover. This is not the main cover. Liana Kangas' cover was a variant, so I'm very glad I was able to find it at the shop. I have a review for this. It's not really a review because I'm not a big Star Trek person, but it's really more like I want to bring awareness that this book is out. So next, we have, this is Grimm number, is it number 20? Yeah, Grimm issue number 20. Sometimes some of these variants don't have the number in the front. Really cool book. I've really been enjoying this one. And I think the covers are so cool because the character designs are so cool. Stephanie Phillips writing, Flaviano doing the interiors, and then, like I said, just a multitude of really talented artists, as you can see here, doing some of these variant covers. I really, really love picking up a Grimm variant. Yeah, they're so cool. Like, just it's amazing the stuff that they have been able to do here with this, just this IP. I mean, this story has brought so many cool things, including just all the cool designs of the Reapers. So next up, we have the final issue of Destro number 5, Skybound, Image Skybound in the Energon universe. So this completes the book. I actually haven't read this one, but I'm very excited to see how that wraps up. Destro's not a character that I was very familiar with, just because I'm not very familiar with G.I. Joe as a whole. So that'll be really fun to get into. Next, one of my favorite ongoing things, the anthology book Epithets from the Abyss, from Oni Press and EC Comics. They're revitalizing the EC Comics imprint, so it's really fun to see. Just a few stories. Let me see who is. I don't even know who's in this one because I haven't read it. We have stories by Jay Stephen, Amy Roy, and Jay Holtham. All these creators that I'm not familiar with, but that's one of the things I love about these anthologies, that I can get familiar with new creators. So that's really fun. All right. This is a book that we reviewed on the channel on our last live. We got an advanced copy of Vicarious number 1. Beautiful cover by Dan Panosian. Yeah, this is exciting stuff. If you want a little story of kind of like people using other people as surrogates, I think this is a really interesting sci-fi concept for that. There's a lot more to it. Go check out our conversation about it on the channel. Next, we have the Halloween special for the Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos from Dark Horse. You have multiple stories here. Tate Bromwell doing a story, James Tynion doing a story by Sully, and also Nick Robles, who are doing the art on their respective stories. You have Isaac Goodhart on art in one of the stories as well. Yeah, Federico Blanco. Like, this is a book chock full of talent with really cool stories, and I just love, first, the quality on these books has been amazing. So that's really cool to see. One of my favorite books this week, and I'll show you the main cover first. We were gonna do a conversation of it on our live, but we didn't have time, unfortunately, last week. The Exorcism at 1600 Pen. This is a new book from IDW. What happens if, after the first woman is elected president, there is a possession in the White House? Really cool stuff. Really great. I believe it's Hannah Rose May. Yeah, Hannah Rose May and Vanessa Del Rey. And of course, whenever Jacques does a variant cover, I'm always there to pick it up. So this was very unexpected. I didn't even know he was doing a cover of this, so I had to pick it up. Really, really cool stuff. All right, the last indie book. This is going to be kind of a treat, and I'm going to have to look at it first myself. As you can see, this is oh, here, it's backwards. Polybagged for the Safety of the Children. Godfather of Hell. This is part of the Lilith story from Vault Comics. This is an 18 plus cover, so I haven't even had the chance to look at it. So let me crack it open. We'll all take a look at it, and I'll show you whatever I can on camera. How about that? I don't normally pick these up, but I figured I had to do something special for this week, and doing something like this. Oh my! Uh, I don't think it's too risque, but I will have to cover some stuff up. Give me a second. Let me check out, make sure that I don't have anything here. Here, I'll show you guys the back while I figure out how to cover that up. Da-da, da-da. Okay. This will do it. This will be perfect. And I'll just hold this in front of it. Let's see. Yeah, I think this should do it. Okay, here we go. So that's obviously Lilith. And there's a lot more. It's a little bit more. I don't think it's, like I said, I don't think it's too bad, but it's definitely something that I'm not gonna show on camera. But yeah, if you want to go check it out, check it out on your own. Make sure to check your store or check out the Vault website. But there you have it. I hadn't even seen this one. I haven't read this one either. I haven't read Lilith either. But I'm really excited for it. Kevin Scott is a great writer. So I'm glad I found this one. There's some really cool stuff. And the book itself is not super graphic, but there is some nudity just because of the story. And I don't think it's overtly like sexual or anything in any kind of way. So there you have it. Those are all my comic books for the week. So like I said, this was a big week. Normally, they're not normally as big as that. But yeah, we've had some great hauls this week. So if you picked up any of these books, let me know down in the comments. We'll be back live very soon, hopefully, probably with some Halloween themed stuff next week. So stay tuned for that. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. And of course, as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Bye bye.